It is Jessica from Jessica's Jeweled Art, and it is February 26th, and it is still Black History Month, so I've got on a Black History Month t-shirt. But it's always Diamond Painting Day, so I've got a project here under my release papers. I started a new project yesterday and I thought I would finish it, but I didn't last night. So here's a great opportunity to do a little whip and chat with you guys and show you what I'm doing. So let's get to it. It is not a canvas, it is a cat. And even a cat person. But look at this. Isn't this such a pretty cat? And it's a cat stained. So when she is all said and done, she can sit on someone's table like so. I don't think I have it in the stand quite yet. There we go. Like so. Look at her. Now, I didn't finish doing everything, but look at all the beautiful gems and and special crystals that this one has. Now, obviously, this is not a canvas, but this could be a great table topper for any time of the year. And certainly, if you are a cat lover, this would be something very nice and special for you. Um, Actually, I have a friend who is a cat lover. I might just gift this to her after I'm finished. We'll see. I'm not sure. But at any rate, let's get into it, shall we? So I am going to have to take the stand part off while I work on her and lay her down. And I don't think I need on any bright lights because I can see pretty well. And I don't even think I need one of my light boards because my eyes aren't hurting. This is early in the morning, so I think I'm pretty good on that. And of course, I have my cup of coffee. Now, um, today is my bestie's birthday, and funny thing is that I was just starting this video a moment ago, but I had texted her um, first just to see if she was working today. And then she texted me back that she wasn't while I was trying to do the first little taping. And then when she texted me that she wasn't, then I stopped the taping so I could call her and wish her a happy birthday. Um, and so now I'm back with us. Now, um, working on, now these, it only came with, it only has like 10 different crystals. And you know what I find is that when I do things late at night and then I check them in the morning, I do see some little corrections that need to be made. So I may need to turn on a little bit brighter light for a moment so I can uh, switch things around, make some corrections, see what we can do. Because whether we are keeping it for ourselves, giving it as a gift. We always want to put our best foot forward and do the best work that we can. This one right here could use a little guts, shall we say. Where did it go, shall we say? Oh, there it is. Don't want to lay the way you want them to, where you want them to. There we go. Flipped over. And always, there we go. You always want it on the crystal side of life. That's the pretty side. Sometimes it's not necessarily good to work when you have tired eyes. But you can always go back in the morning and double check things, make corrections. It's sort of like reminds me of when I did creative writing in high school, kind of doing your editing type of thing. You always go back over, proofread, make sure that the final copy uh, that you hand in to the teacher is because that's the one you're going to be graded on. Just like the one that you're going, and I guess the grade in this sense is how people feel about what you do, whether they're going to be willing to pay for it, they're going to appreciate it, um, that type of thing. I see a few places that need a little bit of assistance, but not money, considering. Oh, shit, just going with but the if you do it now, here's a place too. Oh shoot, where did it? Oh, there it is. Turn over. It's it now. Then you don't have to worry. And one of my father's favorite sayings comes into play. And ironically enough, my husband hates it when I say this. I don't know why, because the saying is prior planning prevents piss poor performance. And to me, all that means is if you plan ahead, your room for error is going to be very limited. So here's the funny thing. I said that to one of the flight attendants on one of my airplane flights just recently when I was coming home from Tucson. And she said, "Is your father a Kappa?" I was like, yeah. Then she started spewing out some other sayings about procrastination and all of these different things. And then she said, "Well, I was like a Kappa sweetheart in college." And apparently that must have been maybe a Kappa thing that Kappas would say maybe that's where he got it from. I don't know. I thought maybe the man was born with saying the damn saying. I didn't know where he got it from. I just knew that my daddy always said it. But it was just so funny to me that when I said it to this late black woman I had never seen before, um, except for she was my flight attendant, and I said, prior planning prevents piss poor performance. She said, "Oh yeah, and I have one that's like, bloop. It had something to do with that, but it wasn't the exact same word, but it was very similar." And then she went off to say her own little one, and then another one, and then another one. And she's like, "Is your dad a Kappa?" I was like, "Wow, do I have my daddy was a Kappa written all over my face or something?" I mean, I was wearing my sorority sweatshirt. I gotta give it that. But just because I was wearing a Sigma Gamma Rho sweatshirt does not mean that my father was necessarily a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. So that's what really tripped me up is, that just because I said one thing, she made a very correct assumption. Was like flabbergasted. It was like, "Girl, I've come out. It's like having a little freaking family reunion with an airplane." I thought that was so funny. That really tripped me out. Supposed to be 8. Sometimes they slide. Slip, slip, sliding away. Okay, so I think I've done everything to check the ones that might have gone awry from last night. Watching this something on Paramount Plus last night, you know, kind of binge watching while I was doing diamond painting, which is like one of my most favorite things to do while I'm diamond painting is binge watching something. And okay, let me close this up because A and O are very much alike, and sometimes that has been a bad habit of mine. Is when I have two colors that are very much alike, I will mix them up and absolutely put them in the wrong place. Yeah, don't want to do that. Now, I am going to be using my multi-spacer, and I do have a video, that I'm going to tag up, with how to fill your multi-spacer. Um, but I'm going to be using that on these, like on the whisker areas. I wasn't sure because there's a lot of curves and everything if I would be able to use the multi-spacer, or if I had to singly space everything. But I did give it a try last night and it worked very well. So I'm going to give it a try with you guys. So multi-spacer, let me see, where's my camera? Camera. Okay, let's see. Just do the do and get what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my camera down. Give me a moment so I can put it down closer so y'all be able to see a little bit better. There you go. What I'm doing. Okay. Then, so, so y'all can see. Yeah, a couple spaces in between right here. So I'm just gonna fill those in, with my single spacing. And do some more multi-spacing. You can see that's really helping the work to speed up a little bit. See, here's I've got a couple spots, and when I don't have it right in the right drill areas, just kind of shift it over to where I need it to be. Okay, now let's continue. And then every so often you gotta shake, shake, shake. And these are the colors we're working with. It's a nice kind of light goldish color. And see, we're doing the whiskers. So I'm doing this area right here. Okay, we'll be filling in. And if you can see, let me bring it close to you. Let me put this down so I can do that. Make it sense. Oh, gosh. So these are little bitty O's. Those are the that we're working with. Okay. Wondering, this little blue right here. But was that supposed to be there? No, it was not. Okay, I didn't think so. That's a straggler that wasn't supposed to be there. So let's find where your home is supposed to be. And see where it pops somewhere. It went a flying. I didn't. It went a flying. Well, I'll find it eventually. It'll get in the way. Hold on a second. I do that, then my dog thinks somebody's knocking the dog on the door. Okay, well, it went somewhere. I'll find it. Okay. I thought that little blue seemed out of place. Okay, so meanwhile, mm-mm, so get you can see me pick it up. Let's get acclimated back to being home. You know, it's funny, no matter how long you go away somewhere, it still is a little transition to getting back into the normal routine of things once you do get back. And having some communication issues. And the day after I got back, we had a very tumultuous therapy session with my therapist. But she gave us, oh shoot, I lost one. But she gave us an assignment to do after my therapy. And actually, ever since then, he's been making a concentrated effort to spend some quality time with me. And I really see a difference for the first time in a while. Now, we just got to keep it going, because it's easy to change something, you know, for just a few days. But to keep the momentum going is not always so easy. And so whenever he says, I'm going to do such and such, my answer is always, I'll believe it when I see it. Not that I doubt him, but because I know that, as my mother used to say, the road to hell is paved with good intention. And I've started many a diet in the past. That's as far as it goes. I started the diet, but I was gonna wait. Still stayed 300 pounds. I remember being on, what was it, Nutrisystem, and I would eat about 3 or 4 of them Nutrisystem candy bars because one didn't fill me up, you know? So yeah, I was on Nutrisystem, but I was eating like I wasn't on Nutrisystem, you know? So that's all I'm saying. And I want nothing more but for us to have positive communication, positive interactions, positive everything. So we can get back to where we once were. And he says he wants that too, so hopefully we can find our way back there, you know, because life is short. There's already a 25-year age difference between us, with him being older. And he's already convinced that he's on his way out. I'm convinced he's not. Because let me tell you something. The man can run circles around anybody anywhere near his age. People think he's in his 60s when he's getting ready to be 84. You know, by his activity level. Now, has he had some health issues? Yeah, he's had, in the past, he has. But, mm, you know, he goes to the right doctors, he's doing the right things, and, you know, everything is going to be okay. I think I need to roll this out. This is looking too bunched up. I think I got too many, so I'm trying to spread them out a little bit. Okay. So those together, now I just need 2 little ones, and that'll finish off this line of whiskers. Let's see what else. What's going on? What else is going on today? Oh, that didn't work out. Cleaning ladies are coming, but they don't come till like 1 because they're with my paralyzed foot. There are some things I just can't. I need some new to come fuddy duddy. Again, a, a video that um, goes through exactly how to do this in detail. Um, just scrape it out. I've got some putty. You only need just a very small amount because this is just a 3 multi-placer. I take a piece of release paper, place it on here, pierce it down, kind of rock it back and forth like this, and then pull away. Just put it back because it's like Play-Doh. You can always um, use more, and, you know, little bits and pieces together. Okay, like that. Putting this back. Going. See, that comes out so much better now. That's nice and fresh. It's better. So, one little spot. So we did this whole line, and that be quick. Now we're going to do this one. Now, I got this from Timu, and I didn't realize how much stuff I got from Timu until I started on here talking about, my diamond paintings and everything. But one of the things I love about Timu, and I learned this through Diamonds by Tita, is that on Timu, they have a 30-day price match policy where if you buy something and the price changes within 30 days, then they will give you a credit uh, if you request it um, for the difference when the price is lowered. And I don't know of any other online shopping that does that. Now, they may, I just don't know of any online shopping that does that. Um, and I learned that by watching Diamonds by Tita. And she talks about it often in her videos. And I remember watching her, and she's definitely somebody that I subscribe to. Um, her and her squirrel thoughts. And I have a lot of squirrely thoughts. I don't call them squirrel thoughts. I just call them Jessica and her crazy brain. But I was watching her because I watch a lot of diamond painting content creators when I first started, and I continued. and she's one of my favorites. Diamonds and Washi, I watch her too. And but I think I like Diamonds by Tita just a little bit better because she does a lot with Timu, and I like Timu. I like your more budget friendly because I like doing budget friendly stuff. I like to spend money, but I like to spend it more wisely. I'd rather buy 10 t-shirts, 10 graphic tees at $5 each than two at $50 each or something. But anyway, I was watching her and she started, it was one of the videos where she was talking about the price match. And I'm like, what? You try that. So, as soon as I finished watching the video, I went to Temu. Go into your orders. Now, if you do it on your phone, you're going to have to look for those three little dots. If you do it on your computer, which I have it on both, excuse me, I need a coffee break. See, this is me and Steve. Then you can go to orders, and it'll be like a little orange bar that'll say um, price reduction or something like that. Um, and you click on that, and for any of your orders, I do it sometimes every day because they change on a daily basis, and you have up until 30 days. And it could be something that has already been delivered, something that is in process, and of being delivered. Um, and it is like the first time I ended up getting a combination of like a $10 credit. Well, hell, a $10 credit will buy, depending on how much your diamond paintings are, that could buy a couple of diamond paintings, or a couple of graphic tees, or anything else that you um purchase. I get a lot of things. I use those laundry sheets, because I can't lift a liquid laundry soap. I have rotator cuff issues, and so heavy things are hard for me. Um, so I need things in the lightest version I can find. I used to do the pods, but when I found the sheets and they cleaned for me, I'm like, yeah, okay, say less. Um, so I do that. All of my little graphic tees, I get them mainly from Timu. Timu does sell some sorority items. Um, Now, they may not be licensed by the vendor, but if they say Sigma Gamma Rho on them, I just may be inclined. You know, just like the diamond paintings may not be licensed by the artist, but if they are a picture that I want to do, I'm going to be so inclined. It's to each his own. It to me, it's not necessarily I'm going for the picture that I see personally. Now everybody is different, so don't come for me. Um, if you have a different perspective, I have not seen a lot of African American diamond painting art with some of the bigger, more upscale diamond painting companies. I have seen them a lot on TV, and as I'm working on my inventory so that I can open up my little business, I'm going to be specializing in African American diamond paintings as my go-to because I see enough in African, I mean, diamond painting with Caucasian characters and people. I need to see something that looks like me. And the people that I want, that is in my community, need to see people that look like them. Um, so, this is a message to all the big diamond painting companies out there. Please start doing black people. You know, just like I tell the vendors, that do sorority clothing and merchandise. Start doing Sigma Gamma Rho. Now, granted, we were the last of the Divine Nine sororities, and for those of you that don't know what I mean when I say that, are the nine African American Greek organizations of the sororities. We were the last founded, and unfortunately, we have a really hard time finding uh, items, whether clothing or otherwise, that celebrate our organization. The other three sororities are a lot more plentiful, but we are out here, and um, and I say the same for the diamond painting world. Um, there are one thing I learned um, as I was traveling back and forth to Tucson. I had black flight attendants, and when they saw me doing my little black cards, and I'll show you one of my little black girls, and I was telling them, yes, I'm working on opening up a shop where I'm going to be specializing in African American diamond painting, as well as doing landscapes and animals, and that I would be doing customs and things of that nature. I said, because I want to do things that reflect me and my community. They were like, oh, yes, that sounds great. A lot of that positive feedback. And I was meeting, a flight attendant can live anywhere. Just because they flying from Dallas to Tucson don't mean that they live in Dallas or Tucson, you know? And the people that I was meeting that was going to my aunt's homegoing ceremony, I met people from Maryland. I was from Florida. I had a cousin from New Jersey. I had cousins from the state of Washington. I had two cousins that were coming for their mama's memorial from Tennessee. The other one lived in Tucson, Arizona. And it's just my blood family. Not to mention, um, different fraternity members of my uncle and my father, for that matter. Because all the men in my family were a member of the same fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And then there was, other sorority members there. So, there is an audience. And I have even had someone tell me in a comment, which of course I beg to differ, that me talking about Black History Month and Black issues in February is losing my audience because I'm doing it too much. Well, if you think I'm doing it too much now, you may not want to continue to follow me because I come from a HBCU. It was a general core requirement at my college that you take African American history. Now, is that a general requirement at most colleges? Probably not, but at my school it was. And that wasn't just for the black kids. That was for any kid that was trying to graduate from Central State University. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So I believe that there is definitely an audience um, for what I'm trying to do. Now, it's just a matter of getting my product together, um, and I decided on a number that I am going to need to accomplish before I'm ready to start to hang my shingle, as I like to say. And that number is 50 items. I think if I have 50 items, that is enough to start a shop, to open up a shop. And right now, I have about 20 because I have 6 greeting cards, um, 6 key ring necklace combos, so that's 12. I have peacock door hanger sun catcher, so that's 13. I have an 8 by 8 canvas, so that would be 14. I have the 30 by 30, so that would be 15. So I've got at least 15 that I can think of off the top of my head. Got the tree house, which would be 16. Okay, so I'm trying to think. What? So I've got at least 16 items. Okay, but if I need 50, and then this will be 17. But I think I might go ahead and give this one as a gift uh, to a friend. I'm going to see her Friday night because she and her husband run a Bible study here in my development. And I told her that I was going to do something that had to do with cats for her. This had to do with cats, you know. But just because it has to do with cats doesn't mean it has to be a canvas. Now, does it? No, it doesn't. And I'll be finished with this one today, definitely. Oh, so enjoyed this. I've just been kind of rambling on about random Jessica thoughts. Let's see, how are we going to wrap this up? Um, First of all, if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to see more, well, first of all, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Um, Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about the video, what type of videos you'd like to see from me. I do read all of my comments, um, and that really would, all three of those things would really help me to expand my channel and know what you guys are looking for so that I can deliver. And it's like this. Like my therapist told me, we can't work on things if she doesn't know that there's an issue. So and there's a saying in the church world, uh a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So let me know how you feel, do all the YouTubey things, and so appreciate whatever time you have given me during this video. And if you watched it to the end, thank you so much. Um, and as I always want to remind you, be good to yourself, be good to each other. Pay it forward if you can. Why? Because paying it forward is great. Y'all have a great one, and I will see you on the next go round. Bye bye.